Hello, Fat Grandma here. It is Monday morning. I intended to record this last night, but I think it was around 11 o'clock. I just got too tired and I couldn't stay awake, so I'm doing it now. Um, if you have not been here before, my name is Paula. I have a very small eBay store. I occasionally sell on Poshmark, however, it's very rare. I did have a Poshmark sale this past week at the last minute. It happened yesterday, very late in the day. So, um, anyway, it's still hot here in Phoenix, so I still have my fan on wind turbine, and and it's humid too. It's been humid. We've had a lot of cumulus clouds hanging around the past few days, and every time I go outside to do anything, it's just I almost feel like I'm in Illinois again. I lived there for a couple of years, so I know what humidity is like. It's not that bad, but it's not good. Um, anyway, it's supposed to be 109 today, I think, and then the next 2 days it's going to be over 110, and then it looks like maybe we are going to start seeing temperatures under 110. My fingers are crossed. Um, Anything over 110, my air conditioner has a really hard time keeping this room at a tolerable level. And so I'm hoping that maybe my next video or the one after that, I won't have all this sound going in the background. I don't know. Anyway, I try to get my mic as close as I can so that you don't hear too much of it. So I am going to talk about my sales for the past week. That's probably all that we're going to do in this video because I had 13 sales. So, which is above average and quite a bit above average. And I don't know, I think things are better for other folks too, other resellers. So I don't think this is new or I don't think it's just me. I think everybody's seen a little uptick in their sales. And it could be because the kids have gone back to school, so the parents have time to shop now. I don't know. Or they're not spending money on summer activities, so that excess money now can be spent on fun things or whatever. Because a lot of the things that I sold are not things that a person, I mean, there's a couple things that are things that a person, could use on a daily basis or often. But for the most part, the stuff that I sold is, fun stuff that's a little frivolous, if you want to call it that. Um, anyway, so I'm going to break into my sales, and then if there's anything I want to tell you, I'll do that at the end. Again, and I've got some footage that I want to share with you guys from some two auction pickups that I had this past weekend. And I'm probably going to do a video toward the middle of the week, just to share that with you guys because I I got a crazy amount of stuff at the second one for very little. I have not gone through everything yet, so I don't know how much of it is actually stuff that I can sell on eBay, but I'll find out. Hopefully between now and when I share the video with you guys. So. Okay, I'm going to do the Poshmark sale first because it's the only one. It was a Lennox carousel horse, and I got this in a lot with several others. Unfortunately, almost all of them had damage. I could not see the damage in the photos that the auction house shared. I was not happy after I got them home and realized just how much damage there was. I'm selling them at a reduced price because of the damage. It's not noticeable if you just look at them and you're not investigating, but if you really look closely, you can see, that things are chipped or whatever. Anyway, the carousel horse sold for $19. I think my profit is around 15. The lot is paid for, so this is profit, which, that's good. Anyway, that is my Poshmark sale. My eBay sales, the first item I sold was a Powerline mobile AC outlet. It's a DC to AC inverter, and what it is the car adapter so that you can plug an electronic item into power in your car. Not the car that I have now, but the one I had before had where you have to plug, if you want to do that, you have to plug something into the cigarette lighter to get power. The one I have now has an outlet in the car, so I didn't need this thing anymore. It's just been sitting around, and so I listed it. It sold for a whopping $2. I think I made $1.31 in profit. But I used it, back when I had my Honda. I would, at Christmas time, the light things that you can put in your windows, they stick to the window in your house. Well, I got the bright idea because I used to decorate like a lunatic my front yard um, when I had a front yard. And I got the bright idea to put Christmas lights in my car. So I bought this thing so I could plug it into the cigarette lighter and I would have power. Then I got an extension cord and I had a decoration on the left side of my car in the back window, on the right side of my car in the back window, and then I think I had something in the back window of the car too, just at Christmas time. So at night, when I drove around, I had Christmas lights in my car. So that's a little over the top. But I saw people who were way worse than me. Like they decorated the whole exterior of their car with Christmas lights. I guess you couldn't do that in places where it snows and you have a lot of weather. But here in the winter, we don't have tons of weather. So, I mean, occasionally a storm or whatever, but we don't get the weather like people get in the Midwest and on the East Coast. So we can play with things a little bit more. Anyway, so that's the story behind the power adapter. The next item that I sold was an antique Nippon Morimura hand-painted pink roses sugar bowl with a lid and a creamer. There were no chips or anything, no cracks or breaks on the. They were very pretty. These have been in my store for over a year. Someone finally bought them. I don't know if the new photo had something to do with them getting noticed, but anyway, they sold for $14, and they paid $10.03 in shipping. Oh, the previous item sold for $2, and they paid $6.78 in shipping. So the shipping was way more than the power converter. The next item I sold was a small lot of Boyd's bears, and they were just little bitty ones. They weren't very big, 6 to 7 inches tall, and all of them had their tags still. One of them had a music box in it, but the music box didn't work, and I let the buyer know about that. Anyway, they sold for a whopping $6.25. I've had these for a very long time, and the shipping they paid was $8.75. I'm doing the prices a little bit different in this video because people are still confused by the amounts because what I was doing before is I was giving the amount they paid for the item, and then I was telling you what they paid with the shipping included with that price. It was combined price of the item, and the shipping was the second amount that I was giving you guys, but a lot of people kept thinking that that second amount was the shipping amount, so now I'm just going to do the price of the item and what the buyer paid for shipping, so there's no confusion. The next item I sold was an exclusive Starbucks Sberna. I'm butchering these words. That's just, you guys, it's gonna get butchered. Sberna Deruda, Italy, hand-painted cobalt blue Christmas tree mug. Sold for $8.99, and the shipping they paid was $9.17. I do give my buyers my shipping discount too, so if the amount you hear for shipping is with my discount. Shipping's way out of control, and I weigh everything. When I list my items, I weigh them. So, and I know how much my boxes weigh, and a few packing materials. There's never huge differences in the shipping price from what I quote for calculated shipping and what what I end up spending for the label. So the next item I sold, and I've had this in my store for a very long time as well, was a GPX DVD player. It was a very small DVD player, suggested for RVs and things like that. Anyway, it sold for $14.99, and they paid $12.22 in shipping. Next item I sold was a Wells Fargo Legendary Pony black and white plush horse from 2009. apparently Wells Fargo gave out these horses. I have one other, and I sold one already. So the lot is paid for. They paid $6.99 for the horse and $6.22 in shipping. It went in a poly bag. So the next item I sold was a vintage 14-inch musical clown. The head moved when you wound it up and the music played, and it played It's a Small World. That's the music that it played. I did add a video to that listing. I love the feature where we can add a video, because some things you really want to show what the item does, you know. Anyway, it sold for $9.89, and they paid $6.07 in shipping. The next item I sold was a Padilla drip glaze pottery ombre cappuccino mug. It was signed, and it sold for $6, and the shipping they paid was $9.17. This was heavy, and it came in a lot with some other stoneware, pitchers and things like that. I don't know if anything else from that lot has sold, so this is not profit, I don't believe. Not yet, anyway. We haven't hit the profit on that lot yet, but it sold for $6. I think I may have told you guys that. I don't know. And $9.17 was what they paid in shipping. I think I did tell you that. Oh well, you get to hear it twice. My brain. I'm not really all the way awake yet, so I'm using that as my excuse this time. The next item I sold was 3 Hallmark Keepsake Collector Series Barbie ornaments. And these also have been listed for a very long time. They sold for $8.63, and the shipping they paid was $6.22. I've been marking down my ornaments quite a bit, so, you know, they're selling now. Plus, Christmas isn't that far away, so, you know, and the Barbie movie came out. So it's a combination of things why these things are selling now, I think, anyway. The next item I sold was a viewer sale. Thank you, Teresa. It was 12 Hallmark keepsake miniature ornaments. It was the 90s to the early 2000s were the year on them. She paid $11.99 and $6 for shipping. She was supposed to receive these Saturday, but the post office, in their infinite ability to redirect packages to the wrong place, sent them. I looked to see where the city is that they actually shipped the package. Other side of the state from where she is. So I don't even know. Anyway, it was misdirected. That was the terminology that they used in the tracking. And so it's on a vacation. And Teresa, hopefully you'll get it soon. I don't know I don't know. I don't know what maybe they're hitting the casinos too much up in Nevada. I don't know. Anyway, the next item I sold was 2 small decorative brass bowl planters. One was square with handles and one was round. The lot that these came in has been long paid for, and these sold for $8, and the shipping paid was $7.85. The last item I sold, and this thing made my week, and this is a BOLO. If you guys see one of these and you can get it for a reasonable price, and if it's new with a box, grab it. Even used ones can sell for good money if they're in good condition, but it was an almond cow plant-based milk maker. It was an open box. The box had a little bit of damage. There was a hole in the front of the box. The contents were all there. Everything was in pristine condition. I still have to package it up and take it to the post office tomorrow, but because this just sold. But it sold in less than 6 or 12 hours, and yeah, I mean, it took no time at all for this thing to sell. Anyway, it sold for $130.50, and shipping they paid $15.33. Now, I only paid $25 for this item, and that includes the auction fees and tax. So it might have been a little under 25. My bid price was 22. I was afraid this was going to go up. These things sell for a lot of money, especially like brand new. They're over $200. This was a great sale, and there are not very many listed, and they sell quick. So if you price them right, you won't have them very long. If you happen to see one of these, and again, I'm going to share the photo, I'll share a photo of the item and what the box looks like. So if you happen to see one, um, you know, very good sale. I have not tested it. Now, I emailed the buyer because I don't like plugging things in and testing them if I'm going to sell them as new open box. But I did message the buyer through eBay, and I asked her if she wants me to plug it in just to make sure it powers on before I ship it to her. If this thing doesn't power on, I'm going to have to sell it for parts only, and that would suck huge amounts of gross things. But I'm really hoping that she gets back to me and lets me know, that yes, I can plug it in. Um, I would like to test it. I may end up doing it anyway, even if she doesn't get back to me. I think eBay's messaging system is kind of screwed up, and I don't know, um, because I will get messages from my email, because I have anything that gets sent through eBay, I get a copy of. I have my email set up that way. But very often I will get an email from the eBay server, and that message still has not shown up in your eBay messages. And I've had it take an hour or two before something actually shows up in the eBay messaging system. I'll get an email telling me that something sold or that I have an offer, and I don't see it in my inbox, on the eBay website. So I don't know what that's all about. Um, anyway, so I think that's it for my sales. How long have we been going? Under 20 minutes. That's amazing. If I have enough time, I may put some footage in at the beginning of an auction pickup from a couple weeks ago. But otherwise, I will do a video sometime this week of the most recent auction pickup, because I got a lot of crap. And I didn't spend a lot of money. So hopefully some of these things will be, things that I can sell. Yesterday we celebrated my mom's 83rd birthday. Well, she and I did. Uh, her birthday is tomorrow, but my brother's wife and their daughters, who are grown, by the way, have a habit of just showing up unannounced. And so in an effort to avoid any conflict with them, I didn't want to do anything on her actual birthday because there could be issues. So we did stuff yesterday. I picked up Subway because we haven't gotten Subway in forever. She didn't want Red Lobster, and that's the other thing that we do because she likes fried shrimp. Um, so she didn't want Red Lobster. Anyway, we got Subway, and then I ordered one of these. I'll show you guys a picture of this. If you have a Safeway or an Albertsons anywhere near you, these are so yummy. She used to get these every once in a while. She worked at Safeway, and she used to pick these up. It's like a tart, like a giant tart. Um, it's so good. And so she hasn't had one in a long time, so I ordered one. Um, so we had the Subway sandwiches, and then later, last night, we had some dessert. But this is a great dessert. If you're looking for something very tasty, and it's got fruit, and it's good. It's really good. Um, we did not get the peach slices on the one that we got, so I don't know what's happening with their photo. They need to update it if they've changed the recipe or whatever. But anyway, if you're looking for a good dessert, that one, if you have an Albertsons or a Safeway near you. All right, kids, I think that's it. Welcome to all of the new subscribers. I am just blown away by everybody. Feel like maybe I'm doing something positive, and that's always a nice, that's a good feeling. Um, Hopefully, don't do what I do unless it's something that you think will work for you. I'm just sharing. That's all I'm doing. I'm sharing what I do, what I sell, the way that I do things, and I make huge mistakes sometimes. So, maybe don't do exactly what I do, but learn from my mistakes. And, if I have some good information, then, maybe you can use that in the future. But I screw up sometimes, so, you know, don't copy me. I think that would be the only piece of advice I would give you. Bits and pieces here and there, yes, maybe. I did have a lot of profit this week, more than I've had in a really long time. Probably close to $150 in profit, all because of that almond cow milk maker. Um, that was a really awesome sale, and I just got lucky that I only had one other person bidding against me, and they didn't want to go any higher. I'm glad, because I got it for cheap and it sold quick, you know. So again, if you see one of those out in the wild, um, anyway, I think that's it. I think I said that already. It's too early for me. Um, have a great rest of your week. I should see you guys in the middle of the week with a video from a you know, an auction pickup. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Poor Simon. I know. I'm sorry. Oh, big yawns for somebody who's been sleeping all day. Yeah? My goodness. Right? That was a look. Are you upset with me? Okay. I have got to find some kind of something for him to play with that will keep him busy. Yeah. We need to find a toy for you. Yes. But nothing I've tried so far has worked. Maybe one of those treat puzzle things. I'm gonna have to look into those some more. Huh.